Welcome to the BreadNation SquadCast. I'm your host, MikeydaKing. I'm here with SuperChonic or SuperChonic. I'm here with Luxxoh, Kiko, Phoenix, Loki, and RelentlessAnimated. And our topic today is a social influencer actual job. By social influencer, I mean like model, YouTuber, Twitch streamer, you name it. Anything on social media. Is it an actual job?
Instagram streamers, Twitter posters, etc.
Yeah, it's an actual job. So who's gonna go first today? Who's going first today? What's your take? I want to hear something. What's your take? Who's going first today?
No one.
Alright, go first, Leo.
Can you go first? Rohan got an opinion. Let Rohan go first.
Alright, well, like, honestly, if we're being real here, like, anything that's, like, paying you for just to do anything is, like, you can consider a job. This is a question of, like, I don't know, this is just based on how you look at it. It's like, what do you consider a job? It's, like, based on your opinion. But anything that's really paying you consistently for just doing whatever it is you're doing, like, I think it's a job. Like, there's no way to, like, deny that.
So if they just paying you to just sit at home, to just, like, take a photo of, say, like your artwork. So if you just sit at home, paint, and just sell your artwork like that. So is that considered a job? Just sit at home, paint, and just put it on social media, and they like it. You get paid for it. Would that consider a job?
If they're paying you to do that, then yeah.
Okay.
For me,
there's a lot.
Go
ahead.
All right. I was gonna say there's a lot that really goes into being a content creator. It's not just posting random pictures and stuff. You gotta be able to market and advertise your product or whatever picture you're trying to do. You got to be able to manage your brand. You know, it's a decent amount of work.
Yeah, like
It's a decent.
I think there's levels to it. It's like one with the money and two with like the amount of work. Like for example, if you're looking at like if we look specifically at YouTubers, right? You got YouTubers who put in a ton of effort to make, you know, high value shit, blah blah blah. And then you have like the trash content creators who still make money off of it. And it's like, I don't know, people on Instagram, for example, like girls who make money on Instagram because they post a picture of their ass every day. It's like they get paid for it regularly, and it's technically a job, but are they actually doing anything? I don't know. I like, for, you know, if we look at YouTube channels like Game Theory and stuff, they put a bunch of effort in. They have editors to do that shit, and they do research and what they do and blah blah. Like, that is something I would be happy to say is a job. I'd happy to say that MatPat is working, right? I don't think I could say that an Instagram model is working.
Okay, so is the Instagram meme page a job? That's what I want to know. People are making these pages and they get paid for. I know they get paid for.
Yeah, it is definitely
What
a
would
job.
be making
You
it?
get
What
paid.
would be making
Wouldn't that basically fall within the same line of being a content creator? Because you have a meme page, you're making content for your followers.
What they're really doing is you posting each other's memes, though. Like,
I think it's like
no effort to that.
I think
some of them don't
they're
get
all
wrong. Some of them are original. Some of them are original, but most of them, majority of them, they keep sharing each other and reposting each other's stuff.
Yeah, like
it's making you follow.
Okay, if the question is simply, is it a job to do X, Y, and Z online as long as you're getting paid for it? Yes, but like by definition, I guess you could say it is a job. If the question is, should it be a job, and should these people really get paid, like enough money to do it for a living? No. Some of them, no. Like, I'm sorry. If I can make more pictures, if I can make more money posting pictures of my ass on Instagram once a day, I'm gonna just go do that and I'm gonna quit my job. Why would I bother working like 6, 7, 8 hours every single day when I could spend 10 minutes editing a picture and that's my paycheck for the whole week? Done. Like, you see the houses these people live in? Like, I'm not saying that the content that FaZe make is dog shit. I'm not saying that, like, they don't deserve to be paid. All I'm saying is, they do dumb shit, they record it a little bit every day, and they're living in huge-ass fucking mansions that celebrities use to host parties. I'm not bullshitting you. If you look at these mansions, when they were built, weren't actually intended to be lived in. and YouTubers are living in them. And then you've got doctors who are struggling to fucking get food on the table every week, right? So it's like, is it a job? Yes. Should it be a job? For some people, no. And should they get paid as much? For a lot of people, no. I think they get paid way too much.
What
especially
about
when
the
they
TikTok people?
No,
Alright.
no, I hate
Hold
TikTok.
on. Before we get onto TikTok, let me just say this. Y'all remember the beginning times of YouTube where basically none of this shit that was basically here never existed. KSI was never a thing when the beginning of YouTube. It was PewDiePie, fucking Smosh. I'm trying to think who else is there. You had that Fred dude. Yep, you had that dude too.
What?
Naga Higa.
Yeah, nigga, he
I
goes.
thought you said.
I mean, people do say it like that. I'll type it in
thought you
Discord.
said something else.
but-
I was
I
like,
don't,
wait.
I don't even want to say anything
Nigga,
on that, but basically, right, I'm trying to get at.
This dude.
Naga Higa.
You trying to get at?
Hmm?
You trying to get at the chips?
No, nigga. I mean my ribs. Anyways, the beginning. Oh no. In the beginning of YouTube, none of this shit existed. Nobody ever thought of being a content creator and getting paid for all this shit.
No,
And
Soldier
so
Boy
that's based. How happened?
did. Soldier Boy did. He king
All right,
internet.
shut the fuck up about Soldier Boy. All right, let's talk about Soldier Boy here. All right, Young Draco, get the fuck
He,
out of here.
he had a vision. Y'all didn't see it.
Anywho, so like I was saying, right? So everybody that basically back then that basically made what YouTube is now wanted this shit to happen. Nobody never thought that basically, PewDiePie was going to be at the top at this time. But now look at how it is. And now it's you have all these different types of staples to go ahead and get money from. Like, for example, TikTok, Instagram, fucking Snapchat premiums, OnlyFans. It's
Yeah,
such
get
a
'em.
big- It's such a big variety because it's now you're drawing a line. It's no longer content creators because you are creating content, but it's not how you would
It's
think.
not unique. It's not
It's
original.
content.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think a way to separate it is there's a YouTuber called Russian Badger, and he was saying that when it comes to their title, right, they're content creators, but when it comes to what their job is, a lot of times they're referred to as influencers rather than content creators. And that is where a big divide is. I think influencer is a great thing. I think content creator, content creator, you can be a good content creator, but if you're just saying content, you're saying anything. Anything you put up is considered content, no matter how shit it is, no matter how uneducated it is, it's content, right?
Exactly.
And there's a lot of shitty content out there, and people putting up that shitty content are getting paid loads of money. So it's
for fuck's sake, look at J Station.
Huh?
Fuck that.
Who?
Did you just say Babe Station?
Who?
He said J Station.
Oh, I thought you said
no.
Babe Station. I was like, that
Look,
shit's not on
look,
till 1 a.m.,
All
bro.
I'm saying is this real quick, because I noticed that basically
Let me get a
everybody in
drink.
this fucking YouTube community hates that nigga, but this nigga still does the shit that he does, and it be pissing niggas off. I
don't even know who that is.
Who
The
is that?
amount of times that I heard
Yeah, who is
friends
that
start
station?
go ahead and try to get this nigga off the fucking YouTube.
Who is that, bro?
J
Yeah,
Station.
Literally, who is that? Like, you really don't
You
know.
explain, but we don't know who the hell
I
this man
bet.
is.
J Station. J Station is that one little mall
Are you saying gay?
freaker who goes
He said
ahead.
J, not gay. J.
No, I said J Station. I didn't say gay station. No,
I
calm
know.
down, calm down.
You just
But yeah.
Station.
J Station, this man goes ahead and puts those videos out of oh, I went ahead and summoned XXXTentacion at 3 a.m. in the morning after he
Oh
died.
wow, he's one of those.
I'm like, no, he is the nigga that does that shit. He's the only nigga that.
Is he black?
Oh.
No,
No,
I think he's. Is he black? I think he's white.
No, he's not.
No, they're not. I never
Yeah.
see that.
Fucking. Oh, he did one for Kobe, right on the day that he fucking went ahead and passed away.
Is he bald?
Yes, he wears a fucking
I
hat.
think I know which. I think I've seen one of his videos.
Nigga has a video of him using the Ouija board, and you can tell that shit staged.
I think I
Right.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Like,
I had-
I remember y'all remember like the scary ghost videos that like at the time like niggas didn't know if that shit was real or not because
Bro.
Nah.
like what? Leo, you know
So-
what I'm talking about, right?
So yeah, I'll go on a short tangent here. I assume everyone here has at least heard of the Blair Witch movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay,
Nope.
so the Blair Witch movie is basically this girl is doing a documentary and she wants to do a documentary on the Blair Witch. So her, a friend of hers, and his friend, who is a cameraman, them three go into the woods, right? And then, long story short, eventually they find this house and they get killed by, quote unquote, the Blair Witch, right? Either way, this movie was filmed as, like, the entire thing was made as a documentary. So it's like, there was never a cameraman. It was always one of those three holding the camera. It was filmed in that kind of way. And this was made so long ago, right? Like, when this movie came out, it was when the internet was becoming, like, bigger and bigger. And because a lot of people still believed everything on the internet is true, they actually got, like, the parents of that girl got sent cards, got sent gifts, got sent, like, money and all that stuff, and, like, flowers and stuff, because they actually thought she had lost her daughter because of a movie that was just well marketed online at the time that the internet was still a very gullible place. And that's, like, the period Justin's referring to, like, back when people would think that all these ghost things were true because it's on the internet and no one lies on the internet. Here we are in 2020.
Bro, I remember watching this one fucking channel. I forgot what his name was, but like, I remember one of the videos was like he was walking around his house, right? And niggas, everybody was trying to figure out why are you walking around your house just randomly? Like, are you showing us your house or some shit? And all of a sudden, this nigga goes down the stairs. He looks up. There's a ghost girl right there. The nigga ran away. But the way that any sane person in this chat right now, if you saw a ghost, what would you do? You
I'll
would
just
run
stare
away,
at it.
right? You
Pick
I'll
up this
stare.
bottle of WKD and get ready to swing at a motherfucker.
I'll stare at it.
You got a ghost.
But-
The house belongs to you. I'm on.
Exactly. What Lamar just said.
I'm
Alright, bro.
staring
You,
at
you,
it
you
like
take
I
the
did
house,
last
bro.
time.
I'm out. Fuck this shit.
Alright,
Right?
you're
You
bugging.
would run away, right? No,
Bro, I'm
nigga,
not
this nigga-
bugging. I'm staring at it like I did last time.
Yo, this
Oh, you
is said
need
like
sleep
last
paralysis
time.
shit?
Oh,
Yeah, bro.
fuck sleep paralysis, bro. That shit is something else.
That's what I'm
Something
saying.
else.
But basically, he goes ahead, he runs to his door, he turns around, and the ghost is by the stairs. And then the video just ends.
Did he leave the house?
Apparently not. Because the next fucking day, a new video was posted. This nigga in the house again.
See, okay, right. Content like that, I can understand making a few bucks off something like that. It's funny, you know, it's
Yeah.
a cool thing to see. But,
Yeah.
you know, fucking, like, even stuff like Drama Alert Nation, I can see getting paid. He does research. It's not like he sits on his ass for his job all the time.
Exactly.
Like, he actually has to keep up with the communities he's talking about. He does
Exactly.
something. That is a radio host right there. That is a job. Right? That
Yeah,
is
the
doing
news.
something.
He's the
Okay,
YouTube
since
news.
we're establishing this, alright, so what do you think is gonna happen going forward? Are people gonna still consider essential worker jobs? Or are we just gonna drop and just pick up anything and consider that a job?
Well, if you want me to be honest with you,
Mhm.
and to be honest with you, this shit is already happening.
Yep.
Do you know about automation?
Automation.
Huh?
I heard the
Specify.
term, but nah, I never really went into detail.
So automation is basically where, let's say for example, like a cashier, right? That can be automated, meaning that basically you can get a robot to do
yeah.
that shit for you,
Oh,
and you
okay,
can save
yeah.
money.
I heard of
because
this.
now
I
you
heard
don't
of
have to
this.
pay work. Yeah. So a lot of jobs are now becoming like this, more or less like, you know, working at Stop and Shop or like McDonald's or shit like that. You see how they added the kiosks and stuff like
Self-
that.
Yep,
Go
yep.
to the cashier.
So check out. Order your food
Mhm.
here.
All this shit is going to happen, but the thing is that not everyone can become a YouTuber.
No,
It
no.
takes time. It takes skill. It takes the personality to go ahead
And
and
luck.
be on there. And luck, but not
Definitely.
necessarily.
No,
Like,
Well, I see some
You have to
YouTubers
be a
had the
rich-
greatest luck.
no,
That's
it's a,
how I
like
see it. You
it's
have to be
50-50.
original.
Like you need to know
It's
what you're doing. Plus, you need to get that like
Yeah.
one video just that blows you up. You know?
It's like the
Okay, so-
Hunger Games, right? It's like there's an element of luck, hoping you don't get snuck up on and shit. But also, depending on how you play your cards, you can tilt the luck in your favor. But it's
Yeah.
like, You can't make yourself a pro YouTuber or anything, but you can definitely increase the odds.
Yeah.
Yeah. But essentially,
Is this
like,
working?
automation is going to be taking over
Yes.
every type of
Okay.
generic job, I should say. But like jobs such as, like, say for example, like electrician or like a plumber or shit like that, you can't have a robot to fucking replace that. Not anytime soon, at least. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's not happening.
Probably when we pass away and it's, you know, our generation's over, maybe.
Maybe.
But
But I'm just
But
saying, will
big.
more people consider those type of jobs?
I mean, if there's
I
no
don't
jobs
think
in the
about,
real
like,
world, you're
like-
gonna have to.
I mean, it depends on
really
your
think about
goals.
it.
Like, you know, it's like, what do you want to do
It's
with your
like,
life?
think
Like,
about it. You have a kid, and the kid grows up seeing the TikTok, Snapchats, and are they really gonna sit there and say, "I still want to be a doctor" or this and that? Like,
no, like,
Okay.
it depends, like, how they're influenced, like, by their parents and or the people around them, maybe.
to be honest with you, I have no idea what my 9-year-old niece is going to do. I have no idea. She's always on her iPad. So I never know.
Like, what does she talk about, though? Like, does she really tell you? Like,
the
No,
way
she
I
just
see
does. She does TikTok all the time. So it's just.
hmm.
so
the
I
way
don't know.
I see it, the kids are basically gonna look at this shit as like another,
Yeah.
another.
And then for my other niece, she's
job.
older, so it's like different. So it's like she haven't decided yet because she's still in high school. And she's getting to the point where she has to figure out what college she wants to go to. Right now, she's doing volleyball. She's excelling
Yeah.
in that. So,
Yeah.
she's still gonna be an
Might just be what
athlete,
she-
and she's doing YouTube on the side. It's fun. Like,
Yeah.
It's not like a job; it's fun. So it just made sense to her. But the other two, the younger one, just on TikTok all the time. I have no idea what their goals are.
Honestly, it
I
depends
understand
on
they're young.
how they're
But still.
influenced. Like, they're usually susceptible to, like, you know, like, what's going on around them. And, like, it might just be what they do, but... And if they can think for themselves, then I don't think that might necessarily happen, though.
True, that is possible. I feel like my
Yeah.
nieces could think for themselves, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
Nah,
just
like,
weird. Just seeing how I was not. I was like, yeah, I was into games, but I didn't think of it as like, oh, I could make this a job. Like I thought I was gonna like either be a ball player or I was just gonna be like work in the gym or something. I still think that to this day. I still think I will work in the gym with him.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that, but now for how my niece thinks, it could be totally different.
Yeah.
So, that's what I'm saying. I just thought times has changed. Like, D, hella crazy.
Definitely has.
I mean, it's not a bad thing.
No, I'm
Yeah.
not saying it's bad, but just giving her the idea that like you don't have to.
It's like, yeah, it's like you.
Like yes,
if
I
there's
get it.
something
have
you want to
options.
do, yeah.
There's options. You should never quit. I'm not saying that. It's just that you still have to consider possibilities. That, okay, this might not work out for you, so you must still consider this other job. These other jobs are not worthless.
Yeah.
Like eventually, like it's just gonna be weird where you just see robots and shit.
I mean,
Weird as
it's
hell.
this type of thing that doesn't require, like, a whole lot of time investment. So it's like, you can just do this on the side, really, and just, like, pursue whatever you want and just have fun with this. And, like, if you make money from it, you can.
I don't mind it. I just thought it'd be it's just weird. Yeah, the social influence thing is pretty cool. I might become one myself. I don't know. I'm just saying. Just saying. These kids, man.
I'd like to, but it's like the difference with being a content creator, influencer, whatever, is that it's not like you fucking put in an application and hope they accept you, right? It's like you're writing an application over months and months, if not years, and hoping that the world accepts your application, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, no,
That's what I feel on my YouTube channel.
like like I said, like with me, I don't have to worry about any type of robotic thing happening except for making basically the robotics, if you get what I mean. Like, I'll be the one to install them into buildings and shit, so I'll be making my money, but like, the thing that I'm more worried about are basically, okay, how can I put this in terms, like, not liberals, not literal liberals, but I'm talking about like ones that basically aren't engineers or aren't, you know, stuff that basically cannot get replaced by a robot. So like, for example,
I know my job can't get replaced by
what?
what? Just trying to teach kid how to play ball. Like, no matter what computer do, you still need hands on. Hands on no matter what.
My job
Yeah,
gets
ain't
more
working
and more replaced every single day.
Yeah, but like,
We're
the thing
working
is
in a
that-
store, it's only a matter of time before all of us get fired.
Well, see, here's the thing. Stackers, like, basically people who do stock and, like, butchers and all that type of stuff, they're keeping their jobs in those type of areas. However,
That could get
let's say
replaced. Definitely.
butchers?
Maybe not
Call the meat on
soon,
machine.
but eventually. Yeah, you could easily build robots that are built to identify stock and find the shelf it goes on and put it in that shelf.
Yeah,
That
but
is
won't
definitely
be-
something that
Amazon
can be made.
already?
that won't be in place until, like, probably
Oh, yeah.
somewhere in our
It won't be
50s.
anytime soon.
Don't
Like,
they
it's definitely
already
gonna
do
take
that
a
at
while.
No.
but-
I
It's
know what
not.
the thing you're talking about. The fucking little robot that's in fucking Stop and Shop that goes around the whole thing and like fucking makes that beepy noise when some shit happens.
Yep.
Yeah. They have fucking supermarkets now have a fucking drone that goes ahead and like goes around the whole shit, right? And once it detects a spill or some type of debris on the floor, it will make a extremely loud fucking beeping noise. But the most funniest thing, and I shit you not, my nigga, when this thing was first placed in Stop and Shop was afraid of it. They were like, "What
I
the
would be
fuck
too.
is this thing? Why is it coming towards me?" Hey, remember a fucking old ass lady screaming? She didn't know what was happening with it, and it was just fucking beeping mad loud. Like, it was hilarious. Like, technology is not that far advanced. Like,
True.
Be
but it
surprised
was
how fast it's
something, though.
advancing.
Yeah, bro. It would
the
be
military
something,
is way farther advanced than us. Like, they have.
You also need to remember that, as far behind as we might be, think about it. It was only like, what, around 50, maybe 60 years ago that the first computer was ever made, which was fucking huge. There was only one of
Took
them, and it took forever to fucking do a basic calculation. And now,
Well-
56 years later, we have phones that have infinitely more power than that, let alone computers and rigs and all that shit.
True, but the difference that you're basically the difference that we're basically comparing here is technology like that is not basically technology that requires an AI to basically go ahead and do something for that, or not even an AI, but basically just a simple algorithm that could basically go ahead and work that out. Businessmen are more or less thinking about replacing, actual people, like customer service, people that actually can go ahead and get a person to buy a house or to buy solar panels or with that, with actual fucking robots, to the point where literally they just send the robot out and the robot's just like, all right, so what you want to do? And you can literally choose your fuck. But what happens if all of a sudden the robot malfunctions? You feel me? Now you got to get somebody to fix that.
Yeah.
And then the amount of money, and then the amount of time, and then
Oh,
you're
yeah,
not
the
going to be
money.
able to make, because it takes money to repair.
You're not gonna be
something.
paying
Yeah, I
that
know.
robot a salary.
I know.
Exactly,
They go
and it's not getting paid a salary. But
Parts.
I mean,
Yeah.
like,
parts for that crap.
well, not
So-
even parts.
Produce
You have,
many of them.
you have to pay the technician because he's the one who's repairing it, right?
Over time,
And
it's
however
supposed to
much,
become
however
cheaper.
much that
Robots
fucking gonna
repairing
be,
robots.
that's not gonna happen until like the year fucking.
Imagine.
No,
You'd be
like
surprised.
to bring
You
it
would be surprised.
to bring it back a bit to the content creation, right? Is content creation something that could, in theory, start becoming overrun by AI? Like, is there anything
No.
an AI
No.
could do to enter the content creation scene?
No. No,
You need a
everything that's been done,
personality.
everything that's been done in the robot genre has already been done. If robots go ahead and start doing shit,
But
that
ask
humans can
yourself,
go ahead
did
and
you
do
sit
themselves.
there and watch a YouTube video of a robot describing stuff to you?
Think about how realistic, right? Like, this is going far out there, right? But this is just like an idea, okay? If people can get paid on Instagram for having a picture of their ass every day, what's to say that we
Oh my
can't
God,
have?
that's
Listen, hear me out.
An automated robot doing
Yeah, but not a robot's ass necessarily. I'm just
I
saying.
know that, but just
silicone,
doing the same thing.
Like
Same
silicone
thing.
and 3D printing and shit like that, we can make very realistic looking robots, like very human looking robots.
Oh,
So
God, you're one
what is stopping
But they would.
potential? Like, I'm not like, this is something that would be a huge waste of time, and if the government was going to spend money on this, I would question their purchases more than I already do, right?
Yeah.
But the idea is that there are some aspects of content creation that could potentially become overrun by this, and then the question is, how far will it go?
Okay, I can see where you're coming from.
I mean, when you consider how mindless some content creation is, like, how hard is it to have a fucking an AI. Firstly, having an AI play a game isn't difficult. It's done all the time. It's what a fucking tool-assisted speedrun is, TAS, right? Or at least part of it. So, Rohan, you're loud. Okay, you're not anymore.
I'm bad.
You're fine. But yeah, so task-assisted speedruns, or TAS, is mostly, or part of it is done by using an AI to do, like, tricks that are frame perfect or unrealistic for a human to do, blah, 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 right? So, you can already have AI playing game. You can already have an AI speaking by, you know, putting voice into it and all that stuff, right? So it's not out of the realm of possibility to have an AI playing a game and doing some type of speech, right? Like talking, saying something in response to the game. And would it be very hard to make? Yes, but now you have just potentially wiped out every gameplay commentary.
Okay,
The
I'm
problem
not
with that-
saying is, it's like, we're not saying that's not possible. It's just that who's going to sit there and listen to it?
Well, it's not even
Yeah.
that, bro. Think of it
It's
like
gonna be
this,
cool the
right?
first time.
Like, the first time, it's like, okay, that's dope, he's speaking. And after, it's like,
Think-
there's no personality. Just, like, he's not
See,
doing
the way
anything
the
that
way
you
that I see it from what Leo's basically saying is this. Y'all remember the bots on Call of Duty when you put them on veteran? Every fucking moment you move, bro, they see you. You
They
are
don't miss.
fucking done. You are
Especially
done.
snipers.
Alright,
Yeah, Crisco.
I imagine that shit, but with a nigga with the weakest pistol ever, right? And this nigga's going ahead and saying, "He's to your left. Enemy on the right."
That's the thing, they
Enemy
wouldn't
after
sound
robot.
that robotic. Robots are sounding less and less robotic every day.
Okay,
That is
fine.
true.
He's over there on the left. He's by fucking yellow. He's at the orange house. But like, the thing is that their aim's gonna be unrealistic because they're gonna be over here fucking.
You're
aimbodying
telling me you have never seen a professional player play their game with unrealistic aim? Motherfucker, have you
Well,
seen
no,
IDDQ playing Overwatch?
No, you forget. I watch fucking PC Siege players. Fucking.
There
Yeah,
you go.
I know, but like that's the thing. I'm saying that versus an AI.
AI's not
If,
going to make
say
mistakes.
for example, the AI is not going to make a mistake. He might make
Exactly,
a mistake
I was
in
about
one
to say
in a
that.
billion, but that human can go ahead and make a mistake by a few centimeters.
Yeah,
AI
but
never gonna
that's something that they would program into AIs as well. Veteran
The
bots
AI's
might
never
not
going
miss,
to lose.
but the lowest level bots miss all the fucking time. Like, all they need is margins of error. They need to just
The
allow
Hall of
in the
Fame
code
AI
margins of
versus
error.
the Hall of Fame AI, that they not losing.
Oh
That
my
kept
God.
going to quadruple overtime. They missing.
When an unstoppable force meets yet another unstoppable force.
Well, that's true, because I remember I used to simulate these type of games. Put 99 overalls on both sides, make them evenly matched. Them games take forever to finish. Like, they barely make mistakes. Like, it's crazy. So
Hey.
I can just imagine that.
That's the thing, so it's like, I don't know. This is going like completely full circle. We started talking about, is it a job, now talking about AI's fucking taking over everything.
Well,
it's still
Good.
related
This
to
is
it.
great.
It's a scenario.
We're still talking about the same topic. It's just that basically we're taking like basically this whole AI thing into a little bit of an
Yeah.
extreme. But like the thing is, like you said again, could we go ahead, right, and have AIs replacing content creators who basically make Call of Duty videos and fucking, you know, Star Wars Battlefront videos and all these other fucking shit, right? Like
Yeah, like a lot of
Overwatch,
gameplay
right?
videos could easily get taken over by
The
it.
way that I see it is like this. Could you guys go ahead, watch a tournament of a game, right? Leo, Overwatch, Mikey, 2K, right? And half of the fucking teams, right? Half of their players, or not even half, maybe like one or two of their players are fucking bots.
If it's one or two,
I'm talking-
I wouldn't care. If it's
But let
one
me
or two,
specify. But let me specify. I'm talking about like bots who have AI programming to where basically they respond on their own behavior. They learn as they basically play. So that basically
Okay.
at some point,
I'm gonna tell you now. I'm gonna tell you now. If we're talking in a tournament, I think there would need to be a separate category for it, right? Because
Exactly.
AI's in a tournament.
Exactly.
But if we're talking content creation, this makes my point exactly. I would fucking love to watch the progression of an AI learning to play a game.
Bro,
I would love to see that.
bro, he's
You'd
going
love to
to
see
drop
that maybe
70.
once or twice.
like
No,
like
bro.
imagine
I do not want to face an
imagine
AI that's gonna drop 70 on my head.
But that's what I'm saying though, because once they drop that 70 bomb on anybody, they're gonna be dropping that shit on everybody. Like, imagine you seen an AI, right? He couldn't even get 5 kills just the other day. The next day, this nigga drops like 200 fucking nukes.
I mean, we already have like types of self-learning AI.
Yeah, we do.
Not in gaming necessarily, just in the world.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
but here's the thing about
Bring myself down a bit.
self-taught AI. Self-taught AI is a very, very dangerous
There we go.
because, and I'm not even talking about fucking Skynet or any of the other fucking robotic movies. I'm saying basically that you're basically giving something that has not only more access to information, but something that could possibly go ahead.
I mean, you're
and
giving something a
ruin.
brain.
Yeah, exactly. You're giving something a brain. Once develops that brain, that's it. It fucking wraps. You can't stop it.
No left, right, back.
You can't. And like I said, movies are a good example because it's literally a possibility of what could happen if we decide to go this farther. Should it be a good thing to advance it? Yes. But is it going to be a good thing to the human race? No, it is not. All right? I don't care about sex robots. I don't care about fucking
Chill.
robots that No, because those
not
sex
going that
robots
route.
things were a big fucking deal. Them
Not
shits were
going
a
that
big
route.
deal.
Chill.
All right.
Not going that route.
Lamar,
I'm not.
Lamar, give us some input. Where do you want to take
Yeah,
this?
I'm talking too much. Talk.
I mean, let's see. You guys are going on about the robots. Yeah, robots, I definitely don't think could take over the content creator job. The simple fact that they wouldn't have the personality, and sure, it'd be cool to see a robot's progression playing a game, but are you really going to sit there and watch 50, 60 different robots do the exact same thing? At the end of the day, all robots are made to achieve
You've never seen
perfection.
1,000-degree knife versus insert household item here.
Okay, but that's different. That's different.
You're not ready to bust about 5 nuts in them robots? Alright.
Bro!
Whoa.
Chill! Bro, you'd fuck up their circuit board.
I don't care. I'm about to leave my little cheese hanging out, little drip.
Bro. Oh, fucking...
Nah, you gotta go.
Yo,
What is wrong with you?
You gotta go.
yo, who let
I'll be in the
Mel...
roller be like,
What is wrong with you? Come back and this is what you do.
I knew you were going to kill him.
Yo, who
Come
let
back and this is what you do. This how you contribute?
Take about 10 second break. You know them robots is ready in 5 seconds. I go back in. Fourth
What is
quarter.
your thoughts, Jason? Why you
Why
so
are we
quiet?
still up
Yeah,
this?
this is so.
To be fair,
I was helping him get back into the
I was
chat.
gonna say, to
That's
be
one.
fair,
2.
he tried to jump
know.
in. I said speak, and like 5-10 minutes later, he tried jumping in, and you just outpowered him, and he was like, I'm going again," and he left. He tried to. Jump
Oh no,
in.
I was helping him try to get back in because he didn't hear it at all.
Oh shit. Anyway, go ahead, Chase. Take this somewhere that isn't fucking sex robots.
Okay, is it is it about the AI still, or is it AI
Take,
content
take
creator?
it whatever you want. Take
Because
whatever
it
you
seemed
want.
it.
Yeah.
Content creator, AI, both. Take it wherever you want.
No, bust the cream pie in the AI.
No, what the?
I'm really
Oh,
about
God.
to move him to another chat, bro. Just gonna
So
serve him.
the obvious difference from an AI and an actual person is a bot's not gonna understand human feelings, as opposed to us, because
Emotions
there are
mixed.
people like, I know there's some people who watch Mike play. I don't know if you've seen some of his videos. He does a lot of horror videos. He does a lot of videos he does with his friends, and he does videos of his own original content creation, where he just like comes up with a skit, and then just makes it full circle,
What, Markiplier?
like interact. Yeah, Markiplier.
Yeah.
He's in.
Bust the cream
So,
pie.
and there were times when Mark was hitting like a bunch of subscribers, and he would just like talk directly with the viewers, and you can hear his emotion, and I like he's truly grateful for the fans. Like he doesn't like he cares more
I wish
about
you cared
like he
about
doesn't
me like this.
no.
Continue.
Just ignore now.
That he cares more, like he doesn't really care about the subscriber, like he doesn't care about the fact that he can just lose his channel any day. Like he cares that you know, he's helping people. He cares that his videos are making you laugh. He cares that basically, you know, someone could be going through a really shitty day and they just watch this video and it's like, oh, you just helped me. Like, I was depressed, I just lost a family member. Like, oh, I was going through a hard time, going through depression, and watching your video really helped me and it cheered me up and shit. And like that impacts him. Like, he's so passionate about what he's doing because he's doing it for the subscribers. Like, he's not doing it
himself.
Yeah. Nah, I get you.
Yeah, he died.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
did that. But yeah.
Rest in peace.
One thing that I know for a fact,
Uh,
AIs probably would not be able to take over. And this came to mind because he mentioned like talking to his subs and all that stuff is live streaming. Like,
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like live streaming is definitely that is definitely a form of content creation that I feel like takes a lot more work, because honestly, unless you're Lyric, you could not live stream without a personality and without having something to
Yep.
offer the viewers, right?
Yep.
Like Lyric, I don't know how he does it. He just plays games, he doesn't even speak much, and he's the biggest channel on Twitch, right? But it's like, when you look at the other bigger content creators, XQC, Tim the Tatman, fucking Shroud, all that stuff, they are great at what they play, and they have amazing personalities to go with it. So one, they are definitely earning the money they make. One, because it's being donated to them a lot of the time, but two, because the fact that they actually put a lot of effort and a lot of hours into what they do. And robots, while they could take over the whole being skilled thing, just that aspect of a personality and feeding back to your audience and stuff is something that they wouldn't be able to take over. Like he was saying with Markiplier and talking to subs, you can hear the emotion and stuff. And it's like, you will never have a robot who clutches up a scenario and like gets out of his chair and jumps around and shouts and is excited and gets everyone else jumping out their chair excited and shit because they're seeing this man happy. Have you ever seen fucking Dr. Lupo getting out of his chair screaming? Do you ever get hype because Lupo was hyped? Or Ninja,
Oh,
or
that's
Time,
hype
or
because
whatever?
Kabuki was hype.
Okay, Kabuki, there you go. You're hype because he's hype. But if you have a robot playing, a robot is gonna clutch. But fucking a robot is gonna clutch, and they're gonna go into their next match. Nothing to get hype over because they've ruined the hype moment by not hyping it up. You know what I mean? So I think there's some aspects that are, like, no matter how far in the future we go, as far as we know, they are impossible to replicate.
They can't take over sports either, no matter how hard they try. Doesn't even
They
matter.
definitely can.
They definitely can't, bro. It doesn't matter if you're good at it. Like, okay, he doesn't miss. Cool. Like, who's gonna have a rivalry with? Like, sports is about rivalries and stuff like that.
It also depends.
There's no
on the
way a
sport.
robot can replace that. It depends on the sport. Alright, what sport gonna be taken by AI?
Golf.
He said golf?
What sport?
He said golf.
That golf? How do you know
Yes,
this
sir.
that?
What's that,
Nah.
dude? What's that fucking sport where like you basically roll a bowling ball and two fucking housemates start sweeping up the floor in front of it? What's
Curling.
that shit?
That's another
Curling.
Curling?
I would love to see
Curling.
robots do curling, bro. That shit. Yo, I remember playing that shit on Wii Sports. You broom so fucking.
Bro, I played it on I played it with Sonic's Winter Sports.
Yes, Mario and Sonic at the Winter Olympic Games, bro. That shit. Dude, imagine watching a robot trying to fucking like snowboard.
That's what I'm saying. It just doesn't look right. There's no rivalry. There ain't no passion, no struggle. They just nice at it. Like, who gonna sit there?
Wait,
and
did y'all hear everything I said?
You colour at one point, so we just took over.
Nah.
Wow. That's
We heard
Alright.
most of it. It's just
Yeah.
not. We heard most of it. Just
Like
had
you
to cut out.
cut off at some point talking about Mark, which is why I had to start talking about live streaming because you completely cut off for everyone.
You suck.
Yo, no.
So, do you want to conclude your argument?
I don't know where it cut off from y'all because it just went
You
silent.
cut off when you were talking
I think
about
you made your
When
point.
you was
though.
talking about the man's feelings.
he does this for the people, not just for himself.
He's a
Exactly.
people champ.
He do it for the people.
He is
has
the
a
rock
dream.
for YouTube.
He has a dream.
He ain't got no dream.
Bro,
Mouth, shut it. Yo, know
God, I'm
it.
about to serve and mute this bitch. I'm
All
trying
I
to level
know
up
is-
Holy Knight Jillian right now so I can put her in my 4th slot.
All I know is, I guess, social influencer. It's a job. Maybe it's not the best job, or it could be the best job, depending on what you do. But it's still a job.
Yeah, that's what I would. Yeah, like, to completely conclude
As long
everything,
as
that's
you're
what I'll
still
give it.
getting
It's a job,
Still got it.
but there's a big asterisk
See,
with.
you can't say as long as you're getting paid.
Look, I don't care if you getting $1. You still getting that paycheck.
So is a
dollar.
drug dealer a job?
Yes.
I
Well,
mean,
that's
It's an essential service. It's an essential
How you
service.
roll?
You a
How you
street
trying to say
pharmacist?
that's
You
not a
a street
job?
pharmacist?
My man is a hustler. He is hustling to get that pay.
He's an entrepreneur.
Okay.
He is doing his
not
own
wrong.
crap. He trying to masterpiece his craft for selling.
So being the head of a gang is a job too, because they make money as
Yes.
well.
I mean,
That's
yeah,
business
you
man.
gotta,
I mean,
you
it
gotta
depends.
manage your
It depends
staff.
out here.
Those are key skills.
These are
Hey man,
stats.
you got to make sure they do the dirty work for you, and then you just live lavishly.
Staying out of jail is a real job.
I don't know about that part.
See, I was gonna say the mob, but that's actually a job, so I ain't gonna go with them. They actually doing it. They
Yeah,
actually do business.
I'm not.
I mean,
I'm not trying to get caught.
It's like saying is being part of the
actually do business
Yakuza.
though.
It's like saying is
they
being part of the
actually do
Yakuza being a job. Yes, it is. I think.
Yeah, because they own half the fucking country already.
Dude, imagine being part of the Yakuza.
No,
Yeah,
I'll be a badass.
That's like
I'll be
being
a
the royal
badass.
family, except you forced it upon your country.
My nigga,
I'll be having. I would have like the whole suit and just no shirt under it. Just be like,
Bro,
all out.
imagine,
Tattoos.
imagine if the mafia, the Yakuzas, owned YouTube.
Be some weird
Yeah, I
shit.
wouldn't be surprised. I
That-
wouldn't be surprised.
Dude, that
That
would
would
be
be
like if
shit.
fucking. What's the person in charge of YouTube? I forget her name now.
Susan, some shit.
Lebedowski?
Yeah, it's like Susan Wojcicki or something. Yeah,
Long
imagine
Susan,
that's like
don't
saying
do it.
imagine Susan was North Korean.
Mike Wazowski.
Exactly. I was thinking that.
Mike Wazowski.
You just said imagine if Susan was North Korea. What are you trying to say, Kim Jong Un?
No, I'm saying if she was North Korean, she'd like be living by Korean standards,
Oh.
which means YouTube would have to mainly abide by North Korea's laws.
Oh
And
my
I think we
God.
all know how that would end up.
Oh,
No
that'd be awful.
Americans, no British, all Korean shit.
There'd be no
Isn't
point
all
watching
TikTok,
YouTube.
isn't
Like,
TikTok run by the Chinese?
Yo, Korean TikTok.
Oh my god. Yo, Korean Instagram.
I think they have control of it, but they don't restrict
Oh
it.
shit, someone messed around. I didn't even see.
Okay, makes sense.
What's up?
See, I was about to say, doesn't
Like,
North
they're
Korea
definitely
have its own
collecting
page?
information through it and all that stuff, but it's like they're not like restricting because they want you to use it. So they can keep...
Again, doesn't North Korea have their own page?
I have
yeah,
no
like
idea.
each country has their own. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure each country has, and I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
North Korea be posting like shit from Central City, not even shit from the outside.
Okay.
Like,
I think this is a good point where we should end it, because now we just go over the place.
yeah, exactly. We're talking
Listen,
about.
Bro, this is great though.
Go to Korea.
I don't know. I like where this is going. I like where this is
This
going.
is content. This is
Okay.
content.
I like where this is going. We ain't acting like
But
that.
here's
You
the
want to
thing.
continue? You continue.
But-
I'm
but
just saying.
here's the
I'm
thing. but
alright,
here's
I'm
the
gonna let
thing.
everyone know. The main topic is over. Now we're just gonna digress for 27 minutes.
That's fine.
For 27 minutes left.
This is 27 minutes of digression. Oh wait, no, sorry, 17. My bad, 17. 17 minutes of digression.
Hey man, I'm just letting y'all know.
Exactly.
I'm just letting y'all know.
Yeah.
17. There you go.
What you
don't
came
gotta
for
point the
is
gun.
done. This is
Hey,
now
man,
the extras.
you don't gotta point the gun at me. I'm just notifying
Listen,
you.
I'm pointing the gun
Yo,
at you.
This
I'm
is,
pointing
this
at
is now the bullshit side of the
Yeah,
podcast.
put it this way, for y'all who go to the
This is the
movies
goat
and
side.
watch videos online and stuff, you ain't never heard of this before. Fun fact, when you buy a DVD, they tend to have extras on the DVD. Bro, I'm telling you, I have seen
I bought
every
the
single...
Avatar.
Bro,
I see it.
Bro, when I used to actually own like
You
physical
bought the
copies of
Avatar?
the Harry Potter movies, I have
my
seen
favorite.
all the Goblet of Fire extras. I've seen how they did all the dragons and all that shit, bro. I used to watch that so much.
Yeah, but we're not showing them how we do our shit though. Like,
No, this is
You
just
lost
the
me at
extras.
Harry Potter.
This is just
Just
the
the
extras.
extra content. That's what he's getting
Yeah,
at.
this is where we go
Yeah.
from talking about content creation to talking about if the world was actually run by North Korea.
like I said, okay, fine. If we're talking about North Korea and owning content creators, oh my, there would be a big ass restriction on a lot of things. Like, you would have to say in every video your channel name and then saying that Kim Jong Un is the best fucking.
Nope.
Wait,
Not gonna happen.
what's that shit at the moment? I was seeing some shit where it's like, oh, don't be fooled by North Korea's new Ivanka Trump. And I was like, bro, what?
New what?
Ivanka Trump, or whatever her name is.
Oh yeah, fucking Kim Jong Un's younger sister. Apparently, they're saying that she is 10 times worser.
Kid
than,
Boo.
Kid
Yo,
Boo.
The Majin Buu?
Kid Boo.
The Majin Buu?
Bro,
Yo, does anyone
bro,
have the Kid Boo
they
meme
made a
to send on
comparison.
Discord? I'll put it up right now.
Bro, they made a comparison between Madara and Cayuga, saying that Kim Jong Un is Madara and then she's Cayuga.
Yeah, I believe that.
She wanted that nigga to die.
Damn.
I can see that happening. I ain't gonna lie, I still bust five.
Yo,
Five
Kim
King
Jong Un is Meliodas
Yo.
and the younger sister is Zeldris.
I'm
Yo,
gonna go
what the
into
fuck
the
happened to
demon.
Yeah. Oh shit.
But yeah, not fucking. Damn, that's the world. What do we have? We have 16 minutes left.
14.
16
Um,
minutes left?
Actually forcing it to be an hour.
It
Yes.
doesn't have to be, but since we're going on a tangent, might as well leave this shit in.
Yeah, so we were talking about North Korea.
If it goes too far, I'll cut it out.
Oh no. We were talking about basically every country having their own, basically like their main channel. And to be honest with you, like,
Thank you, Mikey.
Didn't India already do that?
I think so.
T-Series.
Here we go, studio.
Oh, Mikey. Oh.
Alright, I'll show this on the fucking screen. Hold up.
But yeah, nah, dude. Like, the world is crazy, bro. When freaking Kim Jong Un died, bro, I was like, I can't believe it.
I was like,
He,
oh,
Finally.
he died after
Finally.
this one. They said he made a.
No. Apparently, he actually did die from a heart operation.
Oh, I thought he was like still like. in the
No.
process.
He
nah,
died.
he really does.
But I was about to say, Rohan, if he was in the process of heart surgery, I'm pretty sure a heart surgery doesn't take 4 days.
I don't know when this information came out.
Well, no.
Chill.
The information-
Chill.
the
You said 4 days?
Yeah.
It took 4 days for a heart
Alright,
transplant.
here
dude.
we go.
Oh my
Damn.
god.
Will they move it? What, did they move it at a turtle pace?
No, nigga, they move it. They can't find a proper heart.
See? Nah, the sister knew they had the heart. It was like, nah, let this mofo die.
Nah,
believe this shit.
yo, the funny thing is too, bro, the memes on this shit about like the doctors who were operating on them, bro. Oh my god, bro. There was a SpongeBob one where they're trying to like put Squidward back together. Like the clay ass Squidward.
Bro, there are some
Oh,
SpongeBob
God.
episodes
Like,
that
Patrick
I
Murray.
swear I've never seen, and I've seen like every episode, and I still
Yeah,
see
no,
shit that I didn't know
when they
existed.
thought that Squidward was like the clay version of himself because he made like a clay replica of himself, and so SpongeBob and Patrick go ahead and they hang out with him or some shit like that, and then there's like a point where it's like the sculpture's melting, and they're just like, hurry, Patrick, put him back together before we go ahead and he dies. I'm like,
He did.
hold up, I'm gonna find it. Hold up, I'm gonna find it.
I'm pretty sure he saw.
Find it.
What, you think it's a big conspiracy theory?
Actually-
I
mean,
think his sister meant for him to die.
I feel like she's
Well,
going
she's
to
trying to take
destroy
the throne.
everything.
Yeah,
Track
nigga.
Yeah.
that statement.
Nigga,
She's a Zula with
supposedly-
Avatar.
Chill. I see that too.
Hey,
She's a Zula. She's a Zula.
Chill. I see
She's
that
trying.
too.
She's trying to come Fire Lord.
Chill.
While Ozai is over here becoming Phoenix King. That's fucking hilarious. Alright. I'm trying to think.
I'll still bust a cream pie.
See it.
All right, okay.
Anyway.
World domination every time I do it.
Okay, now you need this is the stop.
You gotta stop, bro. Oh my god. Nah, fucking it's funny though, right? How if you were to say like last year King Jong Un had died, it's like, oh my god, this is huge news. And I feel like partially because of the fact that coronavirus is such a big issue, I don't know if it's just me, but it's like no one actually gives a fuck.
Alright, I sent
Like-
the meme in the chat.
Oh yeah, I'll put it up now. But it's like, I don't know, I just get this
I remember
feeling
that
that he died, and it's like no one actually cares, because coronavirus is such a huge problem, we'll worry about King Jong-un later.
Bro, when I actually like finally figured out that it was confirmed that Kim Jong Un had passed away, bro, I didn't believe it at first. I was like, no, there's no way. And then I saw the memes and I was like, oh shit, it's real.
Yeah, I think it's just because it didn't have as much of a huge news impact
It's
as
crazy.
I expected it
It's
would.
crazy how the memes tell you it's real before the news does.
No! Nah. You wanna know how I...
That's how I found about Corona.
Bro.
That's how I found about almost everything.
Bro, no, you found out about Kobe through me. I called you up instantly and I said,
No,
yo,
but I
bro,
said
you're...
Corona.
Oh, yeah. No,
I
Corona,
found
hell
the
yeah.
memes.
Nigga, I found out that that Kobe had passed away because of Snapchat, bro. I hopped on Snapchat. The first thing I see was R.I.P. Black Mamba. I'm like, Black Mamba? Who is that again?
Is Lamar.
Bro,
What?
who
What are
is
you talking
Black
about,
Mamba?
nigga? I called you. I said, Mikey, you heard
No,
my
but
Texted
Lamar texted
He
me.
ain't cool.
Oh,
I
yeah,
He
call
didn't
you.
right.
hesitate. He didn't hesitate.
That's
He
right.
just texted me, said, "You alright?" I was like, "Huh?"
Yeah, yo, bro.
Yo, why
dead
would I not be? Oh.
Bro, I dead
He
ass
said, Kobe
went
died.
ahead.
I was like, "Yo, stop playing with me."
The first thing I said to myself in my head was, bro, I gotta check up on Mikey. Because I knew Mikey was, like, this nigga's a big-ass freaking
But-
inspiration. Michael.
I
I
was
called
at
this nigga up.
work when I found out, and the first thing I did was I came home, I hopped in the party, and I was like, yo, Mike, I assume you've heard by now. And he was like, yeah, I just finished, like, crying for the last hour or some shit. Or however long
4
it
hours,
was.
bro.
Yeah, 4 hours.
bro.
Like, I got home, and the first thing I did was, where the fuck is Mikey?
Leanne, like, literally, bro, like, I called this nigga, and I literally tell Mike, I said, Mike, you're having a Kobe, right? He's like, yeah, but it might be false rumors. I'm like, Mike, I don't think this is false rumors, bro. There's, like, several reliable news sources saying that he died in a helicopter crash.
TMZ.
And literally, bro, the next thing I hear is just silence, and then, and I'm like, Mike, you all right? He's like, yeah, I'm all right. I'm like, Mike, you need anything, bro? Like I got
people
you,
are
my nigga.
upset
Like,
when they
I'll
suffer
be
the
at the
loss of a
house.
family
That
member
was
and
That was such a
stuff.
sad.
nah, cause like,
Mikey's
bro, it was
upset
such a
and
sad
copious.
day, cause like I know Michael, and like I hate seeing Michael when he's upset because like he's the one dude that I don't want to go ahead and see upset, cause like Mike, there was a point where Mike went ahead and kind of went and like showed me how to not go ahead and like be, how can I put it in words, like not even weak, but like, you know what I
Ultra
mean, like
sad
not
boy.
to go, not even ultra sad boy, just like don't be vulnerable. You know what I mean? Like Mike showed me like that type of shit, and so like when I went ahead and saw that, every time when I see Mike crying now, bro, I'm like, nah, Mike, no, we can't have you in this type of in this fucking area, bro. Get in the fucking car, we going somewhere else. Nope. Sorry, Mike can't talk to y'all right now. He is going through some shit right now. All right, nope. Come on, Mike, yeah, go.
Quarantine the
I'm
king.
not-
Quarantine the king.
Exactly,
Abandon
over here,
ship!
like-
Abandon ship!
I'm like, Mikey cannot be seen like this right now. No, like, no. And
That's all it took for me to break.
yeah, I know, and like I said, like I was ready to go ahead, pick you up, and go for a ride with you. Whatever
Bro,
the case
that was
And then
bro. Usually I receive a lot of calls on my birthday, but I received a lot of calls that day.
Because it's like the one
Everybody,
thing people
everybody,
attribute
when
to
they
you.
heard Kobe die, everybody just thought of me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's-
PlayStation. Every
Yeah.
people with PlayStation just thought
because
of me.
that's what so
Bro,
many people know you
that's-
for. It's like when you think about Mikey, you think about two things: basketball and Kobe Bryant. That's like the first
Yeah.
thing that comes to my mind when I think Mikey. I think basketball and I think Kobe Bryant.
I think basketball, and I just think the next Kobe Bryant.
Yeah. Whereas
Next
like,
Basketball.
there is
Going to be
no
called
one
Mike
else here that I could attribute a celebrity to. Like, except
Mike?
you.
Yeah, when I
like
heard his
Mike-
daughter died too, I was really
Bro.
I was like, damn.
Bro, when they said that his daughters, like all three of them,
That's
like,
what fucked me up. Like, there's some things I
Yeah,
hear,
bro.
and there's like, that like obviously when you hear about someone passing away, it's sad and stuff. But then when there's like extra layers to it that just pile on top, it's like the fuck. Like, it's sad enough he went, but his daughter had to go too. Like, that's fucked up.
I was like,
Bro,
damn.
I ain't.
And then
I'm
the
gonna-
daughter's
I'm
friend, and then like one of the
Yeah,
kids
his daughter
became an orphan because both
Yeah.
of his parents and his sister was there. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bro, I'm not gonna shit with you. I'll keep it a buck with you, bro. Like, I had a customer who came into my Subway on that same day, and he was just like, "Yo, I got the video of the whole thing going down." I literally looked at him and I said, "Bro, that's not
You
something
sick
to go
fuck.
ahead and be happy about." Like, that's kind of fucked up. And he's like, "Yeah, I know," and he's like laughing and shit like that. But I'm like, "Nigga, no, come on now."
Well, bro, people trying to make memes of this, bro. He went to GTA, took a helicopter,
Oh,
and smashed into the
my
ground.
God.
Nah.
Like-
To be honest with you, to be
Like,
honest
bro,
with you,
like,
like
that's
a
not even
couple,
funny, bro.
a couple days after the whole thing, like some of the memes I kind of did laugh at. Like, some of them.
No. Some of the memes are okay. Like they were just,
Yeah.
funny stuff that he would do.
Yeah,
Like
it's the memes that exist solely to make fun of something that are bad.
Yeah,
Like
but
there are
yeah,
actually
he just
funny
crashed-
memes that are well thought
Yeah,
through.
but like, that's what I'm saying. But some of them when he just like actually try to reenact what happened to him, like, okay,
Yeah.
that's not funny.
Exactly. Like I remember I saw one meme where it was talking about like this girl put a picture of her forehead, and then this nigga went ahead and typed, "Can I draw a big ass H on your forehead so that fucking helicopter pilot can land so that Kobe doesn't die?" I'm like, dang.
Like it was wrong with them. But the other stuff when he just said this or that, or if Kobe sees like this in heaven, this is Kobe when he crossed Jesus. Like that was funny.
Oh yeah, nigga.
Or like the one with Oprah when she fell.
Nigga, I saw one where it was like, there was a
I have to
picture-
send that tweet.
Bro, there was another one that was just like that.
Send it in
the
Discord,
whole
put it up.
Jesus crossing up Kobe,
I got you.
but it was like Juice.
Oh, look at that. Second tweet here.
All of them playing like that. Like, it's kind of crazy though too. Kind of now that you think about it, Mike. Juice died in December. Kobe died in January.
January 26th.
That's two legends gone.
Yeah, man.
Like, who's next? Who's next?
I
Like,
don't know. I was pretty sad when X died too.
nigga, everybody was sad when X died, bro.
Yeah, because it was
Like,
just shocking. Because it was just like he was just in his hood, trying to buy a motorcycle, and they just robbed him.
I
seen
mean,
the video.
like,
That
me,
shit
bro,
was fake.
I'll keep it a buck with you.
No,
For
when I
me,
seen
bro.
the video, I was dang. I was like, why y'all just recording? No call to anybody?
Yeah.
Like you just like 8 people recording, trying to get angles instead of dialing.
Yeah.
Like, what are y'all doing?
Like, what are
You
y'all
didn't check
doing?
to see
The
if you're
nigga-
alright. You didn't check to see, Nope, they just
Not
all
even-
recorded.
Okay, hold up.
Not even just that,
Let
bro.
me
Not
find
even
this.
just that. Fucking the most funniest thing too was that apparently the nigga was there for about a good, I want to
10,
say like
20 minutes?
10, 20 minutes before he fucking died. Like the nigga was still alive and breathing. Like if somebody had gotten him to a fucking hospital within those 10 to 20 minutes, like I don't even want to say that he might have survived, but like
That's what happened.
It depends. It's better. Because
it's just that's another topic we gotta go over too. Like we have so many topics that we're touching like the surface on in this one episode, but it's like this is like what to expect to come in a sense. You know, feel me? Like
See, the thing is,
Like-
if we get to a point where more people start watching, then it's like, okay, well, what do y'all want us to talk about? Like, what piqued your
yeah, of
interest?
course, yeah. Yeah,
We'll
exactly.
expand on
Like
it.
we'll go, yeah, we'll take it like where it's basically like y'all go ahead and give us something to talk about, and then we'll be like, all right, bet. This is what the community wanted. All right, bet. Let's go ahead and let's get our opinions on this shit. It could even be stuff that we don't even know about that we can just then all of a sudden learn about in that type of time. And then
Research.
bam.
Yeah, do some research. Do some
Some
actual
motherfucking
content
research.
creation that isn't some IG thought posting
Exactly.
picture. To be fair, I'm gonna be real with you.
He's got a vendetta against.
We got like a couple minutes to wrap it up
Yeah.
here, but I'm gonna just make this clear, okay? I talk shit about Instagram thoughts, but I'd be lying if my feed wasn't full of them. I'm just saying.
Soon.
This guy.
Just because I think they shouldn't be getting paid doesn't mean they don't look good. They look good,
Shut up.
they just don't look money good.
and this is why they do it. Because
You're part of the problem.
The people like you. Anyways, on that note, does anybody have any closing statements to say about the topic that we talked about today?
I don't think there is.
Anybody,
there
bro.
was like 4
It's a
topics.
job, but it doesn't mean that some
Yeah,
people
the
should be
main
getting
topic.
paid.
The main topic.
Honestly, a job is whatever the fuck you think it is. Like, there's
Okay.
nothing you can
Yeah.
do to change that.
You can
Like,
be your
It's a
job
job.
could be staying at home.
it's based on what you view it as and like what you
Okay.
grew up or what your values are. It's like you saw your parents doing like a 9 to 5 or going like trying to be a doctor or some shit like that. It's like if that's what you like saw growing up, then that's probably what you thought would be like
But
an actual job.
how do you
Yeah.
raise a kid? Like, mummy, what did you do when you were younger? And you say to them like, oh, when I was younger,
Instagram
I used
thought.
to be an Instagram thought, and then I got a real job.
Okay, no one's gonna say that.
They're just gonna
Yeah,
say
I don't know
it's an
about that. You
Instagram
going
model.
that far.
They're gonna say
It's a
Instagram
model.
model, not Instagram thought, but
Obviously.
I mean, I would be surprised if she was. But okay.
exactly. But fuck it.
Parenting in the
To
new
me-
generation.
To me, all I gotta say is like this:
That's stupid.
if you are a content creator, it depends on what type of content. Like basically Leo here said, and like Russian Badger went ahead and said, there's a difference between being a content creator and an influencer. Right? Content creators, depending on what type of, but that content maker can also be an influencer. So if your content is out here sending news on Instagram, that's your content. You do you. I don't give a fuck. But if you're out here making YouTube and you're actually like editing and all that type of stuff, putting effort and time and sweat into making that
Takes time
perfect
to get
video
those bodies.
just to get those fucking views,
Just do it.
by all means go for it. You know what I mean? Like I would root for somebody who spends countless times and effort into basically making one perfect video than someone who's over here taking pictures of their ass and sending it on Instagram and then getting money like that. Cause that's there's no effort. There's no effort. You're just taking a photo.
That's how I feel about the meme pages, but
Bro,
Oh no.
tell you what,
I mean,
Comes
I
great
think you'll have to
responsibility.
get
Comes
too, but-
great big booty bitch.
great power.
great big booty bitch. Alright, right. To end this off, I'm gonna give everyone, including you guys here, a recommendation. Right, there is a YouTube channel who uploads like almost once a month or some shit like that. Right, and the YouTube channel is The Right Opinion, and it is literally like hour-long videos. Well, some are like 40 minutes, some are like over an hour. They're like roughly an hour-long videos, which are scripted and really well edited and put together, covering like serious topics that some people don't know of. Like the one that I found him on was talking about Pokemon or some shit, but like there was one where he was talking about Brazilian music and about how some kids who are underage are doing like adult stuff that they shouldn't be doing because of the Brazilian music culture and stuff like that. And it's how I found out about the pedophiles on TikTok and all that stuff. Like it's very they like TLDR. When TikTok introduced this like TikTok live thing where two users can like do a TikTok together at the same time, there are a lot of guys doing a lot of TikTok lives with younger girls, and there was a huge pedophile problem. And it was I was gonna say hell yeah, I was gonna be like chill. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of fucked up. But anyway, Right Opinion is a great fucking channel to watch if you want to see a good content creator. That's my ending note.
I'm calling the police.
Oh, I guess on that note, I guess we out.
Alright, but see y'all.